Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome to another spooky Spooktober episode of We Watch Shudder. My name is JD. Who's here with me?
It's Michelle.
It's Michelle, guys.
It's
me.
Yeah,
you know what we're doing here. We watch the original and exclusive Shudder movies once a week or so, and then for October, we decided to go back and pick up a bunch of old ones that we hadn't done before we started the show. And that's what we're doing today. Michelle, which movie are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about Fried Berry, and I'm looking forward to you reading the synopsis because I have no idea how to define what this movie is.
Fried Berry. That's the name of the movie. Fried from South Africa, I believe.
Yes,
yeah.
It is South African.
So, as Michelle mentioned, I'll go ahead and read you the summary here. This is directly from the Shudder website, right? I didn't make this up. I didn't put this all together. This is how it was presented to us. Here's what you'll find. Barry is a drug-addled, abusive bastard who, after yet another bender, gets abducted by aliens. Barry takes a back seat as an alien visitor assumes control of his body and takes it for a joyride through Capetown. What follows is an onslaught of drugs, sex, and violence as our alien tourist enters the weird and wonderful world of humankind. A Shudder original. Michelle.
Yeah.
Hit us with your spoiler-free Fried Berry thoughts.
My spoiler-free Fried Berry thoughts.
Yeah.
This is not my type of movie. It's very weird. There's kind of a plot, but not really much of a plot. It's just kind of a weird drug trip that ambles along, and all of that is said because I don't understand why I love this movie so much. There's nothing in it that I can define as liking except for the parts that are funny. It's so uncomfortable. I really like the guy who just plays Barry. I think he is hilarious and has the best expressions. And if you're looking for a movie with plot and good story and a message, you're gonna hate this. But if you just want to see an alien figuring out what human life is like, you'll like it. I am amazed that I'm about to say this, but I give Fried Berry 4.75 skulls out of 5. I love this movie.
I'm pretty amazed by 4.75 skulls as well. Here are my spoiler-free thoughts. This movie is dumb as dicks. 2 skulls.
That's fair. So 3.375 skulls out of 5.
This movie is dumb as dicks. It's man.
I really like it.
So those are our spoiler-free thoughts, guys. If you want to go check out the movie before we take it apart piece by piece here, now is going to be the time you want to do that. Hit that pause button right now. Michelle.
Yep.
Tell me, please. What's so amazing about this dumb film? Please understand. I want you guys to know I did say 2 skulls. This is not a bad movie. This movie is just so dumb.
I love it so much. Okay. So this is my second time seeing this movie. And all I remembered was him trying drugs for the first time, and he's just raving in the club, just like his face. And that's all I remembered about this movie. And then as I was watching it the second time for the podcast, that's all that I had in my mind. I didn't even remember that he's possessed or whatever you call, like his body is taken over by an alien. I didn't remember any of that plot. I just remembered that face and how funny I thought it was. And so this time when I had to pay way more attention, the notes I was trying to make to very seriously analyze this movie includes this dude's got a point about Mickey Mouse, and I was writing down black face, white gloves. He's a little bit racist. I know, because I'm a little bit racist. And I was just like, what am I writing? And then alien on drugs. I wish this was a lot more of the movie. It's all I remember. And then rave, make noise, woo, woo, woo. Whose baby is that? It came out of me, but it's not my baby. This movie is just chaos.
Yeah.
The cheese guy at the grocery store who's just really excited to give him cheese, followed by the really horny cashier who apparently is allowed to sit in a chair, because in Africa, cashiers are allowed to sit down, but they're not allowed to do that in America, because then we assume that they're not doing a good job. And then I wrote, is this an irresistible sex alien? Because I don't understand why they all love him so much. I love this movie.
Like this really lady at the grocery store just wants to fuck this guy for no clear reason at all. He just walks up to the cash register and she's like, "Oh shit, let me put it in me." Like
exactly. She's so into him that I thought maybe that was a plot point, that he is just a sex alien, because he's having sex with a lot of people.
Yeah.
When he meets his son. Who looks just like him, but with pigtails.
I knew it was coming, and when it happened, I was still like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I laughed so hard. I really love this movie.
Look, it is. I can't necessarily say this is a movie you should not see, right? You maybe want to see it one time. I feel like this could have been everything it ended up being and been like a 15-minute short. Why it needed to be an hour-and-a-half movie, I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's just what you said about it having very little discernible plot or character. Yeah, you're right. Like, this is just a movie where some shit happens, right? And I guess that's kind of the point, because the idea is just like, oh, what if you were experiencing being a person for the first time? Like, you were trying to hide in a human body and just going out into that world. Or like if you were a human on another planet and doing the same thing in that direction. Yeah, it'd be kind of a weird experience. But then the movie is just like a wild acid trip of nonsense. It just careens from one absurdity to the next. And if that sounds like a good time to you, as clearly it did for Michelle, then this might be free. It should be pointed out that I had never seen this movie until I literally just watched it today to record this episode, because it was on Michelle's list, and it's just it is exactly what you said. It's chaos and absurdity, and there's virtually no the weird shit happens, and there's not even an attempt to explain or even contextualize any of it, which I guess is maybe kind of the point. So if that works for you or appeals to you, then Fried Berry is the movie for you. But oh man, did I just get... It was just tiresome by the end. I was like, oh shit, are we just going to watch this guy walk around all stiff and make funny faces for like another 20 minutes? I guess so.
I would have liked another 20 minutes of this movie. I want the extended cut of Fried Berry.
Yeah.
I hope that there's not supposed to be a deeper meaning to it, because I did not find it.
Oh, I don't think there is, no.
Okay, thank God, because there's absolutely not to me. This is just a really funny romp with an alien, and this is not my art style that I usually like in my movies. It's very gritty and kind of
and I liked that
all the time. And that's the thing I usually don't like at all. So I think the elements of this together is just a perfect little pasta. Yeah. And I could eat it all up.
I definitely enjoyed the production value here. I liked what they were going for, and I thought they landed it. It does have that cool sort of, that same kind of gritty yet also kind of psychedelic feeling that a movie like Bliss has, right?
I also thought of it like the Bliss.
Yeah, and so like I enjoyed elements of it. I did find quite a bit of it just utterly absurd and hilarious. especially much like you. I was just at one point I was like, Jesus, how much is this guy gonna fuck in this movie? Like it just it's like absurd. He's just nailing everything to the wall. But it got to be way too much of the chaos. And I couldn't stay focused on it in any way. I will freely admit that I caught myself drifting off into my Facebook feed a couple of times. And then all of a sudden at one point it's like, oh, he's been kidnapped by this guy who also is kidnapping children in Capetown. And now he's got to deal with that. And there's a chainsaw fight. Okay, fair. I like a good chainsaw fight. But it's just like
and
that
you
whole...
think that's the end, but now he's in an asylum and he has to escape.
Yeah, it just keeps going. Now he's a better father.
I
bet. Yeah, sure he is. I find myself wondering if maybe this wouldn't have worked better for me as like a series of broken up shorts over time. Like if I had watched it more episodically and not gotten all of it at once, because it's so fucking much.
I enjoy it, and I think even so that would be an improvement, because every week you'd be like, what's Barry up to? And you get 10-minute glimpses of this man's chaotic life. And you're like, oh, he made it out of the asylum. Good for him. He's dead, but now he's not dead. Oh, that silly Barry.
Yeah.
I think that would have been fun.
Yeah, I think this might have worked out better. In fact, I find myself wondering if maybe it wasn't originally planned like that. But yeah, it's chaos and insanity, and I can't even really, like, I'd love to be able to talk about the themes of the movie, but I don't think there are any. I can't really tell you what happens in the movie because it really should be experienced. I don't want to be, even though this is our spoilers section, I still feel like to be too spoilery would be, because all this movie has is what happens, right? So if I tell you all of it, then there's no point in watching the movie. But so I don't even know how much more I have to say about this one, except that, yeah, if that sounds like it might be for you, if an hour and a half of just what the fuck chaos and ridiculousness, then maybe check it out.
I hope they make a sequel. Those are my final thoughts. I want more Barry. I love this movie, and I don't know why, but it tickled me. I love this movie.
It's chaos. Do you have anything else important you feel like we need to say about Fried Barry, Michelle? This is coming in as a particularly short episode, but I'm cool with that.
On top of a sequel, I'm looking forward to the third movie when they make it a trilogy.
Gonna call it Tried Barry?
Tried Barry. Oh my God, they have to.
No, God, no. What have I done?
I'm writing to him.
What have I done?
This guy does not have a very active IMDb page, the guy who plays Barry, or he does have an active page, but he just doesn't have any pictures.
That dude is weird. Oh my God, he very expressive. Oh my, like really incredible facial expressions all through this whole movie. But
he was in Escape Room.
What? Oh, what?
I would have recognized his face. How? He was a technician? How do you see this man in any other context and not realize who he is?
I don't know.
I have to go find that because I just watched Escape Room and I have definitely seen Fried Barry and I have his face implanted in my brain. He's described as he stands 6 feet tall, lean, and muscular. I love him. His name is Gary, and I'm upset that they didn't go with Fried Gary because then the actor, he would be Fried Gary.
Well, he was Larry to that one guy. That one guy thought he was Larry the whole time. Yeah, it's just. And then there's there's a gun, but is it a gun or is it not a gun? I don't know. It's just. Yeah, the movie is a fucking head trip. So, I wonder if I might enjoy this movie more under the influence of intoxicating substances.
Yeah.
I bet I would.
Rave when he raves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely not going to take as many drugs as Barry took in that rave scene. Oh, my God.
I love this movie.
Oh,
if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it.
Yeah, it's chaos. Don't expect anything deep or interesting. You don't even really have to watch the whole thing. You can just do it in chunks. unless you're Michelle, and then you'll probably want to watch the whole thing. So
I am going to watch it again. I know that.
right
It's
on.
a guarantee.
That's
I like
Fried
this movie.
Berry, guys. We got more episodes coming up in Spooktober. Lots of great movies to talk about, and we're going to be doing that again soon. Say goodnight, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle.
Yay.